Thank you for staying with us. And this morning, as they say around here, once the tick has not, left the air, and then there might always be bloodstains on the nails as well, if you understand what I'm saying. All right, so the conversation around local government administration in Osun State is still ongoing. And so until a resolution, a solution is found, no one can really do anything. And because it's grounded, no regular services are rendered there. And these are some of the issues that we are seeing. So there is a background to that, some local government elections, are being held. Two, one in 2022, it's called the yes or no election that produced some APC chairmen that were later sacked by court judgment, and there have been rulings, sued after that. Another election was held in February 22, 2025, which produced other set of local government chairmen, all of them of the PDP. And so before that, the Court of Appeal ruling of February 10, which was done in Akure, it's what both parties, as the Osun PDP and the Osun APC, have been lashing on to say we are the ones in charge. So the APC produced chairmen, went back to the councils, as said. They are the owners of the council, and it turned violent. Some persons died on that particular day. And so they got to the local government and they said they're the ones in charge. Now, another election was held, and he produced this chairman. They have been staying at home because the governor says so. They were sworn in and all of those things. We will look into that in the course of the program. We would like to juggle for you to have an understanding of where we are coming from, starting from what happened at those councils. And now the Algon, Association of Local Government of Nigeria, Osun State, especially the PDP camp, are saying they don't have the money. The money that's supposed to belong to the councils as far as financial autonomy is concerned is not being paid. They are the ones that are duly deserving of that, at least the local councils. And so they're accusing the CBN of compromise, of unethical conduct. But, we didn't just get here. We'd like to juggle your memory a bit for you to know where we are coming from.
In what appears to be the aftermath of the violent clashes recorded yesterday at some local government secretariats in Osun State, normalcy seems to have returned to the state. Some of the local government secretariats like Olorunda and Irepodun, visited by Western Spring Television today, were completely deserted and under lock and key, while security officials were positioned at some others like Oshogbo local government secretariat. But some residents remain skeptical about their safety in exercising their franchise at the Saturday local government election. Balikis Dauda, a resident of Oshogbo local government, one of the scenes of violence yesterday, says she wants to vote, but her safety comes first. She fears the crisis may snowball into bigger violence.
We wish to come out to vote, but we are scared of the violence. The government should please ensure our safety by providing adequate security.
Members and supporters of the All Progressives Congress (APC) had clashed with People's Democratic Party (PDP) members and supporters at some local government secretariats yesterday, especially in Irewole, Boripe, Ilesha West, Ishokan, Olorunda, Oshogbo, Olaoluwa, and some other local government secretariats. APC members were said to have accompanied officials elected on the platform of the party at the October 15, 2022 poll to resume at the different secretariats in the state, but faced resistance from PDP members, which led to several clashes and bloodshed as the former chairman of Irewole local government area, Aderemi Abbas, was reportedly murdered. Meanwhile, the PDP also claimed to have lost 6 members in the violent clashes. It would be recalled that Governor Ademola Adeleke had directed residents to stay away from the local government secretariat, while the Nigerian Union of Local Government Employees, NOGE, had also directed its members to withdraw their services in the wake of a controversial court judgment. Trouble started when the APC claimed a Court of Appeal judgment reinstated the sacked local government chairmen and councillors of the party, but the PDP opposed the statement, leaving the two parties to trade accusations. But amid the controversies, some residents claim to be undeterred in casting their ballot on Saturday. However, some of these voters, like Sulaiman Salako, Kafayat Abdulkarim and Femi Samuel, want the state government to ensure a watertight security to forestall violence.
We will
all come out to vote. We can't be afraid. I just want to implore our government to settle this crisis with the concerned party.
I will come out to vote on Saturday. They should just make provision for security. There is no need for postponing the election since they have fixed the date already. Let's vote once and for all.
I
will come out to vote, as it is my right. We believe there won't be any problem.
In the middle of the controversies, the Osun State Independent Electoral Commission, OSIEC, yesterday unveiled voting materials for the poll, further affirming the Commission's readiness in a poll that has been boycotted by the APC and the Allied People's Movement, APM. This particular local government was a scene of violence and clashes yesterday as members and supporters of the All Progressives Congress clashed with those of the People's Democratic Party in the build-up to the Saturday local government election. But as you can see today, normalcy has since returned. Some of the residents we also spoke to say they remain undeterred in exercising their franchise at the Saturday poll, but they are calling for watertight security before, during and after the election. From Oshogbo local government, Toby Sanusi.
I am sure, Mr. President, of our commitment to the rule of law and the Constitution for conflict resolution of and governance process. Finally, I urge you and your councillors to please stay away from the council secretariat to avoid any clash with those whom the police had aided to forcefully occupy the local government secretariats. And Osun State High Court had affirmed the vacancies in both the chairman and councillors' position in all of Osun State local government before your election on the 22nd of February 2025. We will rely on the judiciary to ensure a peaceful removal of those illegally occupying the local government secretariat. Please be patient and always abide by the rule of law.
APC governors from the Southwest, we came together in the interest of our people, in the interest of our zone, to tackle those problems that are common to us. And our expectation is we'll have the support all the way to the top. Because what's the good is to the people in our various states and in our various zones. So when the event started unfolding here, to the extent that lives were lost, we felt we should come around and sound a warning. We're all students of history. We know what we went through when the Southwest was wild, wild west. We do not want wild, wild west. They should stay away from this zone. We just want to peacefully deliver dividends to our people. And nobody should resort to self-help. Even if you have a court judgment, there's a process. Let the process go through. You cannot, because you have so-called federal might. You want to truncate the process.
All right, thank you for staying with us. Just to juggle our memories and bring us up to speed with what has happened, some of what has happened so far. And, since then, the local government administration has become comatose, and these are the issues. The PDP produced chairmen are being sworn in, but then the governor said, for the interest of peace, stay at home. Of course, you saw that last clip where Governor Makinde said, it's a warning, let everybody just maintain the rule of law. But that same rule of law has been the issues here. And, the chairman of the Association of Local Government, Algon, Osun State, at least on the part of the PDP, because we have those that they are calling the yes or no chairmen occupying the councils, they belong to the APC, and we have the ones, those other camp are calling the seat at home chairman right now. We have the chairman of a fellow local government with headquarters at Ikiru. He's here with us, and of course, he doubles as the chairman of Algon in Osun State, and he's here with us, Honorable Sarafadeen Awotunde. Good morning, Honorable.
Good morning.
Good to see you again.
It's a pleasure too.
It's been a while.
Thank you.
Now, quick one, because of time, really, as you have been sworn in since February 23 on a Sunday by the state governor, and he has told you people and your colleagues, please stay at home for the interest of peace. But many things have happened. Different court cases. We still had one, June 13th, and all of these issues. But the local government administration have been grounded in Osun State. The APC camp are saying, irrespective of any suit that has happened, they are the ones in charge. And you have been voted for by your people, by that OCEC election that was done. And let me start from there. How do you feel that you have just been at home, you have been doing nothing?
Good morning.
I'll start swearing. Good morning.
I want to emphasize here this morning, critically, and I want us to synthesize, to analyze it jealously.
Yes.
From my point of view, I think I saw one clip of one of our excellency from Oyo State, Governor Seyi Makinde. He made a reference. The reference was making there was about the political crisis and violence in the 80s. Whoever that witnessed that very particular time or read it in history, such a person will never pray. Such a person will not engage that there should be similar things ever in the state. Then it was the issue started, I think, around the whole legal state then. Precisely, Osun. And it's skyrocketed to the whole Western region. Who are the victims? The masses. Who are the victims? The hopeless. Who are the victims? The helpless. Does that worth anything to be in a position? You say you wanted to render service to the people, and you're killing, maiming. What kind of the future are we building? So we decided on our own volition, with the help and directive from our dear governor. Gentleman woman said, no, it does not work. Let rule of law take its position. I can assure you It may take time. It may be today or tomorrow. The rule of law will take a position, and we go back to where we're supposed to be. Those that are calling themselves yes or no, those that went through the back door to take over the council illegally, where they are going to be staying is awaiting them as well.
Where?
Mm-hmm. Many of them knew that.
Honorable,
yes.
Thank you once again for joining us. And that's a nice jacket you have on.
Thank you.
Very nice one. The last time you were here, we had a very intense conversation. Coming down to the topic of today, you said something now. You talked about the rule of law. Okay, you seem to me as someone who believes in the rule of law. Before I go to my questions on the litigations, surrounding the local government councils in Osun State and the recent withdrawal of the Supreme Court case, talking about the allocations meant for the council. Let's talk about the fundamentals first. I do not want us to be confused by a lot of these legal cases, litigations here and there. Let us go back to the basics. As a journalist, I'm interested in the facts, in the fundamentals. You talked about rule of law. You also mentioned some chairmen from the other side. That's the APC, of course, who call themselves yes or no chairmen. Then, of course, your own caucus, which is the PDP, who claim to be the legally elected local government officials. Now, it all boils down to legitimacy. What gives you legitimacy as a politician, as an elected official? It is the election and the votes, right? When you go for elections and you are declared winner, that's what gives you legitimacy. So before you can say someone else is illegal, you have to be legal. You have to have legitimacy, so to speak. So the last time you came here, I asked a question, a very fundamental question. And as a journalist, I have not seen the results of that local government election conducted in February 2025, that the results were not released. I asked that question, okay? And you said something. You said, I should ask the OCEC chairman. We should ask the OCEC chairman. Thankfully, the OCEC chairman was here, Barrister Hashim Abioye, and I asked him the same question again. Where are the results of the election? For an election to be adjudged free and fair, for the officials to be seen as legal, occupants of that position, of that seat, we need to see results. I asked the OCEC chairman the same question, and he said that the results are there, that anyone can actually apply, that we have to apply to get the results. He also promised, that the results will be posted on the website. My colleague too was here. He said the results will be posted on the website. So far, every attempt to get the official result of that election has proven abortive. So if as a journalist, I do not have access to election results, how then can you claim to be legitimately elected by the people? These are the fundamentals before we start talking about the litigation and all the cases. This is a fundamental factor. You're a journalist, you're a politician, for instance. There's a saying that he who can sell his brother to you should not be trusted. Why should you trust someone who can sell his brother to you? And here's the perspective here. You as a politician, you go to different places, you meet with journalists and all that. There are different kinds of journalists. There are those at the back of your mind are only after you just because of what they can get from you as a journalist. Okay? So why should you trust people? And there are others who will say the truth. You may not like the truth. You may not like some of the things, but at the back of your mind, you will know that this is actually the truth. So let's go back to the fundamentals here. How can you claim to be legitimately elected, validly elected by the people without results being declared?
Well, I think by the time when you asked the similar question last time when I was here, I remember I told you that it's only the political aspect of what asked me about politics that I'm going to answer anyway. There's an umpire for the election, for electioneering anyway, been in Osun, Ekiti, or Lagos State. The umpire is in the best position to give you a comprehensive result, not me. I'm not an UCA chairman. I think I told you that day. My responsibility, or the question I'm supposed to answer about the last election, is the issue of legitimacy. This thing you first ask. Oh, and let me tell you something. After the election was conducted on 22 February, the swearing took place on 23. The certificate of return was issued to all of us. The OSEC gave us the certificate of return. From there, that's the answer I can have. That's what I can answer about the issue of legitimacy, legality, this and that. Once being a chairman, House of Assembly, National Assembly, once the certificate of return has been issued to you, that will close the case.
So you're not worried?
I'm coming, please. Oh. It is when you may ask me a question about, if you still ask me another question that, okay, if I told you as election tribunal, this and that, I will still ask you, go and meet the legal luminary, go and meet those judicial committee. But when you're asking me about do you have certificate of return, I will tell you, see, we have been given the certificate of return. Secondly, please, the litigation, court case, this and that, the Court of Appeal verdict. The Court of Appeal verdict in Akure of last week has resolved all what people can say ambiguity. The court reaffirmed and made a declaration in the ruling. The court said nothing is existing that called reinstatement. Nobody has been reinstated. There's nothing like that in the ruling of the Court of Appeal. Secondly, once they didn't reinstate you, how will I be lying that some people reinstated you? No. The court declared that the election of yes or no of 2022 is null and void. The reason being that once the new
election... the court said that it's null and void? Yeah. Is that what's in the CTC? The election is null and void?
It has been cancelled. Cancelled. Now, once the court said that, it means it said the election was not in existence at all. Simply because they did not meet the Electoral Act. Number one point on the Electoral Act, he said if any political party is not in compliance with the time frame, which is 365 days, it means there was not even election. He now said those gentlemen that called themselves yes or no, who have been occupied the council illegally, the election of yes or no is not recognized.
Honorable Sarafadin, hold on. That's actually beside the question.
The reason is that, the reason why I said that...
Yeah, you say going to that. Because I really wanted you to address... Honorable Sarafadin, hold on, please.
The result of the election is like that.
Hold on, Honorable Sarafadin. Okay. That's beside the question. Okay. The critical issue is this. You said something. You said as long as you have your certificate of return,
After the election?
Yeah, after the election. So the question is...
And after the swearing?
Yes, Honorable Sarafadin, are you not worried that the election that brought you into power, there are no results for them? You are not worried. All you care about is having certificate of return. That's the point. We are talking about legitimacy here. The people voted. For you to have legitimacy, you need to have the votes of the people. Now, you were brought in by an election that no results were declared, and you are saying you are not worried about that. All you care about is having certificate of return. Are you not worried? Does that really give you the legitimacy as a politician?
Certificate of return as a politician is what legitimizes the result of the election.
You're getting it all wrong.
That I'm coming place.
You're getting it wrong.
I'm a politician, you're a journalist.
Yeah.
That
it is the votes that get you the not the certificate. Not the certificate. It is the votes, not the certificate.
Always it was after the election, the declaration that they will give you certificate of return. Certificate of return is a legal document that you are the duly elected
by the umpire.
Personality by the umpire. In that case, if you're asking me about the result, this and that, I will still refer you to the chairman of the OSEC.
All right. Now, talking about many things have happened, and we have to start from there because that is it's about election, it's about vote, and that vote or the voting conduct and the election process must be seen as being credible for you to have that legitimacy. Okay. And that's why that question has to be brought back, because this same question was asked. I think
you need to bring the chairman back.
No, we've had him here. Now, all right.
We've had him here. He said the results will be declared. He said we can apply and get the results.
Which means he's the only authorized person that will talk or discuss about the results.
Now, the point is, if as a journalist I've made several efforts to get that and the results are not there and the results have still not been posted on their website, we should be worried as a people. That's worried. My point. You should be.
I'm not worried.
All right. Because in your own view, please, let me land on this.
Why should I be worried?
Hold on, let me land on this. We are talking about the people here. We're talking about Nigeria.
We are talking about me.
Yes, you are. We are Nigerians.
My people.
Yes. And here's why you should be worried. If you say that it's just the certificate of return.
I'm coming, please. It is only the question you asked me about the declaration.
Yes, and you said
no. You made a point.
You made
the question that goes
no. It affects you. You made a point. You said it is the certificate of return that matters, and I'm trying to correct.
Honorable you bring the chairman of come back to the
Honorable Sarafadin. I'm trying to correct that impression. That is not the certificate of return that gives you.
That is the legal document.
Let's go. Honorable, let me ask you the next question.
After the election, after the swearing, then after the declaration that this is the duly elected chairman of the council.
Honorable,
you may not like Honorable Sarafadin. You may not like what I'm saying. You may not like it, but
I'm very comfortable with what you're saying.
Honorable, let's go.
The chairman of OSEC will be in best position to answer.
All right, it's all right. Ours is to ask you the question. We are not here to argue. We can't argue with you.
Okay.
It's ours to ask the question.
Okay.
And your point.
And I've answered it.
All right. Fair enough. All right. Now, the Algon in Osun State, that the Osun State chapter of the Association of Local Government of Nigeria, Algon, led by you have accused the Central Bank of Nigeria, the Osogbo region, of unethical conduct. You had a meeting, or a press conference rather, and you have accused them, that the Central Bank of Nigeria, Osogbo region, of unethical conduct, compromise, and playing partisan politics in the ongoing leadership tussle at the local government level in the state. You, Otumba Sarafadin Ali, the chairman, made these allegations at the press conference held in Algon Conference Hall at Bureau on Tuesday. And you faulted the alleged actions, and these are very strong allegations, of the CBN Osogbo controller, who you claim has been providing financial documentation to individuals no longer legally recognized as council chairmen. And then you reference a recent judgment by the Court of Appeal, which dismissed the APC application to release the earlier judgment of the Federal High Court that sacked the so-called yes or no election. Now, quoting you at that meeting, you said you have evidence that the controller of the CBN Osun region has issued account opening forms to the sacked chairman. This act is not only unethical, but also dangerous, attempt to cause chaos in Osun State. And you accuse, that you were manhandled while you were there. That a female security personnel assaulted you and even threatened to open fire, while other officers trampled on certified true copy of the appeal court judgment, allegedly on the orders of the CBN Comptroller General. The issue is, as I said, strong-worded allegation on ethical conduct, compromise, and, issuing documentations to the other camp. Do you have your proof? for all of this? Because we don't deal in hearsay. We don't deal on what you heard, what you are thinking. It's about proof. And why did you do that, by the way?
Well,
let's start from the proof. What made you say so?
Well,
where are your proofs?
This is a private company. This is a private radio station.
Yeah,
television. In that case, there is board of directors here that are in charge. The fantastic journalists. That is private example of a private institution or company. Central Bank of Nigeria, being the one at the headquarters in Abuja, all the regionals one. They are some branches of the central bank. Central bank belongs to the government.
Yeah.
The people working in the central bank either hire on contract basis, this or that. They are civil servants. Not like you, the journalist, radio presenter.
In the private setting.
In the private sector.
Because we have now
all the staffs, being in security, anything at the central bank. The central bank is not a commercial bank. Those people working there are civil servants, in which they have responsibility and role to play as a government worker. The sad incidents happen. I call it sad incidents because when you see a careerist thinking that he's working in a private organization, he got it wrong completely over there.
When did it happen?
On Monday afternoon, one of the directors, let me be precise.
Yes, please.
From the ministry, who are the legitimate and the right signatories to any local government account. They call me, Mr. Chairman, let us meet at Central Bank. I want you to come along. We had phoned the HLA, that is the head of local government, to be informed.
You mean the one in your local government?
Anybody can represent once it's HLA.
No, because you are trying to be categorical.
So, okay, that's what I'm saying. The head of HLA, anyway. Now, when we reached there, we asked them, we learned that we are calling people to come for a form. They denied the allegation, they said no. Okay, I said, okay. Where are they? As you know, you heard it, seen it. They've sent a letter to them as well that these duly elected chairmen, they are in the position to come and collect, to come and do whatever the documentation. And we learned that there are this means yes or no APC that occupy the council illegally. They came for the forms some few hours ago. The first person that attended to us happened to be Deputy CSO. We now asked him humbly, is the controller around? No, he said no. And the controller is inside. We now tell the gentleman, please, can you help us tell her that we are also person, he should give us appointment. The deputy CEO said, yes, I will tell her, come back 8 o'clock tomorrow in the morning. The following morning, that was yesterday, we were there at quarter to 8 in the morning. The appointment was 8 o'clock. The Auditor General asked them humbly, we have an appointment here. Can you kindly help us inform?
Sorry, is it the State Auditor General?
Yeah.
Okay.
Inform the controller that we are around, the attitude of the man just changed immediately. As if Boko Haram is coming to attack them. Just say, close the gate, close everywhere. Then it was not deputy CEO. Deputy CSO. It's now the CSO. Close the gate, close the gate. We don't have any instruction or any directive as per your visitation. And I say, security was calling everybody. And I asked him, gentlemen, please call. You do see anybody with stick here or anything? It was your people, your security at the gates. They've set a little barricade at the entrance in the express. And I said, you can see a lot of mobile police here. Any one of us, we don't even have stick, only our phone. What's bring this attitude? He was shouting. The camera is there. I have camera with me, I think, yesterday as well.
All right. I'm coming. We are due for a break. If you can do this in a minute. Okay. We are due for a break.
So the Comptroller General gave them instruction that they should not attend to us. Whereby he attended to the APC, yes or no.
You had proof?
A day before. Yes, he told us.
Okay.
We got information. Even yesterday morning, you know what is funny? I think they gave them appointment against yesterday. They came. Once they saw us coming, all of them ran away. Now,
so it was the information you got that they were attending to the APC camp that made you go there, and you were not attended to.
Not at all. They immediately seal all the gate.
And that's why I'm accusing them of unethical conduct.
I'm now saying,
because we are due for a break.
I'm coming, please. I'm now saying, Comptroller General is on assignment. She's on assignment. And if that is the case, if you cannot follow a very simple rule of law and the directive of Mr. President, it means you need to tell them they are not capable of handling anything.
We'll continue this conversation. That will be after this break. And then because we need to unravel, Osun people needs local government administration to work. That is when they can enjoy the dividends of democracy. Stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. We have been talking about the Algon in Osun State, especially under the leadership of the PDP-produced local government chairman and the chairman, rather, of the Algon, that's Honorable Wotunde Sarafadin. They went there to the CBN, and he said they were not attended to, and they have accused the Osogbo region controller of being unethical in the way they have been handling their matters. These are the issues. Daniel.
All right, Honorable Sarafadin. We understand that the case before the Supreme Court that the government of Osun State filed concerning the withheld local government allocations have been withdrawn. Can you let us in into the reason why that case was actually withdrawn?
You see, I will have said, let the legal practitioners who is in charge of the party to come to the head and know. A layman who is not a lawyer can easily read the contents of the Court of Appeal rulings. Dismissal, non-resistment, legitimization, that the newly elected chairman on February 22 this year, they are the one who's supposed to be in control of the council. Having seen it, that one has settled the whole matter. Now, once there's pronouncement, there's ruling in the Court of Appeal, and we have an issue. We have legal matter in between the Osun State government, the Attorney General, the Accountant General, this and that. That case is not very important again to be continued with, because Mr. Minister, the Accountant General of the Federation, said the allegation we made was just an allegation. The council money has not been withheld. The memo that is delaying the transactions or this or that has been withdrawn. There is no need for the state government or some state government to pursue or continue the case in Supreme Court.
So you are no longer arguing that the funds have been withheld. That's no longer the case.
There is a no. Accountant General said no. That any memo raised in respect of that has been withdrawn and cancelled.
So what now happens to the funds? If the case has been withdrawn, and yes, you've not gotten the funds, what happens to the funds?
It's take process. They may release the funds tomorrow, next tomorrow, or next month.
So if that is the case, and that is the latest,
that is the latest since yesterday anyway.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, all right. Yeah, it's a public knowledge now. So knowing that fully well, why did the Algon, under your leadership, still approach the CBN yesterday?
Thank you very much.
Because the Attorney General has withdrawn it. That means your Osun State government doesn't want to pursue any case any further. Now you said you got an information that the CBN Osogbo region with the controller, I'm trying to get the name now, has been unethical and has been attending to them. Why not stay with the position of Osun government and Auditor General? Why must you go there as an association?
Thank you very much.
Now that the case has been withdrawn.
Thank you very much. The case has been withdrawn late yesterday. Late yesterday. We went to the CBN here in Osogbo because we have the authority to meet with them after the verdict, after the rulings of appeal court in Akure. In that case, we have the authority to be there, finish all the documentation, and we leave there.
As an association?
As an association.
Why didn't you brief the state executive, at least the leader of your camp, is Mr. Governor? Why didn't you brief him of what was going on before you went there?
The document has been sent today, the rulings.
No, you don't understand my question.
I'm coming, please.
Honorable, please hold on.
I'm coming,
No,
please.
hold on. What I'm saying,
the governor is not the one that is going to lead us to the central bank.
If you have
he will instruct without.
If you have briefed,
I'm coming.
Hold on, sir. Let me ask you.
Without the permission of Mr. Governor, no Attorney General or Accountant General will call you or invite any chairman to come.
Please listen to my question. My question is this.
It means the directive has been given by Mr. Governor.
I understand. Here's my own question. That you were going to approach the CBN 2 days ago, that means you didn't tell the governor. This is where I'm making my inference. If you have told the governor or the Auditor General, the AG, Attorney General, they have the information, they have what they know. Possibly they will advise you not to go because the case will be withdrawn in court. That means you acted on your own. The state governor wasn't carried along. The Attorney General wasn't carried along. Because if they were, they would have told you, gentlemen, Algon, hold on, we're on this matter.
We have an internal memo that authorizes us to meet with the controller of the CBN.
Internal memo from where?
Internal memo from the ministry.
Which ministry?
That can be informed Ministry of Finance.
Okay.
Which can be informed of telephone conversation or sending a message.
How did you get yours?
From the Auditor General of Osun State.
Okay.
That's all. Now, not that we don't have the approval. Once that internal memo came out, approval has been given from Mr. Governor. That's all. Mr. Governor is not a judge.
What's your leader?
I don't think he's even a lawyer, but he's our political leader. He's in charge of the affairs of Osun State. And we thank God for all the projects that has been carried out and ongoing. That is fundamental. Now, what I'm saying is that once there is no pronouncement or any ruling given officially to Mr. Governor, he won't be able to pass any information in respect of the leg or something. So it was when Mr. Governor heard about it, they sent us a memo, we saw it everywhere, that the case has been withdrawn yesterday.
All right.
We are working together. The working atmosphere of Mr. Governor with the masses in Osun State, with all the cabinet, with all the chairmen, is perfectly all right. Don't know about that. So what I'm saying is that PDP and the masses in Osun were family.
All right. Honorable.
No any issue.
All right. Honorable Sarafadin. Awutunde. As a journalist, I stand with the people. And I will always, and I repeat it here, always stand with the people. Because politicians will come and go.
That's the mission of a politician as well.
Politicians will come and go.
Definitely.
The alliances, the allegiance of politicians will change. You're in PDP today, tomorrow you might be in APP or in APC or whatever party. So your allegiance might change. But one thing remains, the people will always live there. So as far as I'm concerned as a journalist, it's all about the people, how it will benefit the people. These funds that have been disputed, litigations here and there, talking about the local government funds. So let's say, hypothetically speaking now, you get the funds. What are your plans for the people? What would you do differently? So far, you've been managing the office, I mean, as local government chairman, without funds. Now, if you get the funds today, hypothetically speaking, what are the plans you have for the people? It's not just about you getting the funds. These are public funds. Okay, so what exactly, how will it change the lives of the people of Osun State? What are those programs? What are those plans? What are those initiatives you have that will benefit the people? Otherwise, why should the people care whether you get the money or not?
Well, I want to thank you sincerely. If somebody asks me a very simple question and say, what's the meaning of politics? I'll just tell you it's all about administrative process in the society whereby you have a responsibility to over the masses, your people, after they have been giving you a mandate. Maybe 3 years, 4 years, that's a very limited time. You see, I'm a member of People's Democratic Party. The masses gave us opportunity, chances in order to come and administer there. We've done it separately. We have our own references, preferences, a lot of things that people can say, okay, these are the PDP, these are presidents. My lovely and dearly leader, Prince Olagunsoye, he was a PDP candidate and PDP governor. His Excellency, Asiwaju Nuruddin Jackson Adeke, to the glory of God today, he was a senator and the governor of the state today. The policy making in politics is very important, or in governance. People can easily, as a layman in the street, compare. Don't let us go far. Compare the last administration, 4 years, the last 4 years. Compare it with this last 2 years of the sitting governor. The A party and the B party. When I say A party, PDP, B party, APC. If you ask people about the issue of infrastructure, education, health, agriculture, those 3 items, people will explain it to you. It's like comparing Lagos to a village.
Okay, let's come down to your honorable to your own.
It's like comparing.
Because of time, exactly. Let's come to your own jurisdiction now. Plans, as local government chairman of Ifelodun.
That's where I'm going.
What are your transformative initiatives? What should people expect from you?
That's what I'm saying. That's the area where I'm going.
It's because we don't have a lot of time.
So anyway, what I'm saying is that we have been there before. People know very well our words. They know the policy we run.
But I don't know.
What I'm telling you in essence that we know the area where to go to. Infrastructure, education, health, poverty alleviation. People are anxiously waiting for the PDP to roll over.
No, my colleague is asking you, not just the PDP, you as Honorable Awotunde.
As people are waiting for us, as a candidate of PDP, a legitimate, duly elected council chairman in Ifelodun, area of health, education, infrastructure, poverty alleviation, in agricultural sectors, and well-being of the people. That's important.
Yeah, you know, these things that you said, the things that politicians will say.
What I'm saying is that I'm very much particular about the issue of all those items that I stated.
I know. I just wanted you to mention one transformative initiative, one thing you want to do differently. What you're saying, I've heard it over and over again from politicians. I'm not new in this business. I just wanted to have one transformative initiative that, okay, this is one thing I would do differently as Honorable Sarafadeen Awotunde. This is what the people should expect from me.
I'm going to continue with the infrastructural policy and projects that dear governor is embarked upon. That's the first thing. The second priority, we need to make lives for people much more better. Not how we made it, but what's going to be our contribution. I'm ready, prepare, eager, very anxious.
All right. We have less than 3 minutes. Honorable, let me ask you this question. Yeah, in the same line of that questioning.
All right.
You talk about health. You talk about primary, education. Now, you must know where you are for you to know where you are going. Let me ask you, public health centers in Ifelodun local government, how many do you have?
I think we have...
PHCs.
PHCs. I think we have about 10 or 15.
What are their conditions? 10 or 15? You are the local government chairman, you should know.
Yeah, I think we have 10 or 15.
You are not sure?
I'm not sure. But all the one that we have, it has been
How functional are they?
Very, very functional.
By your administration?
Yes, sir.
How about primary schools? How many primary schools are in Ifelodun local government?
We have about 20.
At least that's basic.
We have about 20-something.
Honorable, do you think you should be having 20-something?
Yes.
You should be categorical.
We have 20 plus.
Because you are working with them.
Let me put it that way. We have about 20.
All right. Now that you have not been able to perform your duty because you have been at home and the APC can...
We are not at home. Don't worry, we are not at home.
Where have you been? Have you been working?
Definitely.
Virtually?
Definitely.
Where have you been working from?
You see, the local government council is just a structure.
Have you been at the council?
I don't go to Ifelodun.
Your principal told you not to go.
I don't go to Ifelodun here.
So have you been working?
Algon. Now let me tell you something. A chairman of a council can operate anywhere that is conducive.
So have you been operating? That's the question.
You see, all these developmental projects that our governor is doing, we are in charge to supervise and be in charge to monitor everything. In the last 3 months, the allocation has been withheld. So financially, the council activities may have been paralyzed. But because of the wisdom of our dear governor, so there is no area, there is no town, there is no village here in Osun where the governor is not doing one or two things. So what I'm saying is that the function or the duty that we are doing now, that we're in charge now, is to supervise and be monitoring the project that our dear governor is embark upon.
Honorable Sarafadeen, we are really running out of time. Personally, I think you need to get closer to the people.
I'm very close.
Yeah, because you couldn't answer the question. My colleague threw a question to you about the number of public health centers we have. You couldn't give us a precise answer. You said 10 or 15. You should know that. You should have them at the tip of your fingers. Okay, know the ones that are functional.
I would have loved to tell you that maybe I should. I'm coming, well. I would have loved to tell you when you asked me that question that, oh, the director of PHC, maybe we'll bring him down here to be able to analyze on the issue of health.
The people didn't vote for the director. They voted for it.
They are the one we are working with directly. I will have loved and tell you, don't worry about the road or infrastructure. I will invite the director of my works to come in. But that's not. I understand. So I will be able to give you the accurate question. If I say 20 or 21, that is minus applause.
Once again, Honorable, you have a golden opportunity to tell the people of Osun State and the fellow in the local government area that this is exactly, I really wanted to hear that this is exactly what you would have done differently.
Education, health,
in what way? You were not, no specifics were given. No
because
so you sounded like the traditional politician.
I'm coming, please. If you say I'm going to be solely engage myself on education, which means you are going to abandon the issue of health, you abandon the issue of agriculture.
All right,
you abandon the issue of other infrastructure.
Honorable Sarafadeen,
so I don't need to be specific on that. I need to touch around the life of people.
Yeah,
the program, project that will change.
Thank you, Honorable.
We are waiting to see.
All right.
I'll be here waiting for you.
We want to say thank you to you.
I can assure you very well.
We have to go now.
We have been there.
We are totally out of time.
And we are still going back.
All right, and we'll be on this matter. Yourself, Shogbo Local Government, Olorunda, Ilesha East, Ilesha West, Tatakuma, everywhere. Everyone that has the mandate of the people should perform. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
You are not going to be disappointed.
All right. It's about the people of the state, not just about me.
Thank you.
Honorable Sarafadeen Awutunde, thank you for being here, the chairman, the fellow local government, and the Algon chairman for Osun State, that the flagship of the People's Democratic Party. We wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And we must go. Femi Ojo is my name. We make a return tomorrow. God bless you.
Absolutely. And to you, our distinguished viewers, thank you for staying with us. Emeka Daniel is my name. Don't forget to join us again tomorrow for a fresh edition of Morning Spring on Western Spring Television. Do have a wonderful day. And always, always hold your leaders accountable. You deserve the best as a people, and we will keep doing that right here on WSTV. Good morning.